Hello, welcome to week 4. One of the things I want to make as a footnote or a notation that we will be looking at impact of all kinds of abuses and violence in coming from intimate relationships. Family is an intimate group. Marriage is meant to be intimate, or any kind of relationship that involves partnership, that people are emotionally engaged in concepts like love, emotional feelings. Love is a very intensive kind of process. But anyway, it's amazing that human beings at least pretend or say, claim that we have love for each other, but at the same time the same people are hurting each other, some people are abusing each other, are neglecting each other's feelings, lack of communication. All kinds of complexities are involved in the process of intimacy. Intimacy involves being caring person, being watching each other's feelings, not hurting each other's feelings, communicating effectively, like being close to each other. Closeness is so important in intimacy. So if people are so close and they understand, hopefully, and at least we expect people to understand and feel for each other, empathize with each other in a love process, in loving process. Do they really do that? To what extent they get tired out of the honeymoon syndrome, they get into the realities of life and start being abusive, neglectful, taking each other for granted, and so forth. So it's ironical that the institution that is based on intensive emotional love kind of goals has become pathological with high rates of conflicts and divorces, and people becoming almost like intimate enemies of each other's. I am not generalizing, there are lots of couples who may be having healthy relationships, but we need to look at some realities that may be happening in lots of relationships without people being understanding what they are doing, what is happening. So chapters 8, 9 and 10 will get into marriage and family, relationships of partners, of intimate people, including certain relationships where people may not be married, but whether they are of the same sex or whatever form of intimacy different people may have as partners, as being close. So we will be looking into these intimate relationships and in what way violence takes place, in what to what degree, and how we may be able to overcome these and get to understand the concept of communication that is lacking or needs to be happening or be increasing, and that type of thing. So engage in discussion 4 and also do the scholarly article review. One thing is, when you review these articles, any article that you select, make sure you are in depth, make sure you use critical thinking, and your review is not just based on some technical things like, okay, what kind of language it is, how verb and grammar, those spellings and so on. But look at the feelings that people are able to express in their article, whether there is some critical thinking or not, whether the data that are given are empty data, that they have not been interpreted carefully. So the article should be reviewed, and I am going to send you some email, additional kinds of way that you can assess an article. But I want you to do it very carefully, because this is a way of finding out or learning how written activities in professions based on research, whether they are adequately done, whether readers can understand them fully, whether they do justice to the intensity of family violence activity. So we evaluate the article from the point of view of this course, the subject matter of love and communication and those things. So, do that assignment carefully and keep up with your discussion on time, so that you get the maximum credit. And wish you all the best again, and I will be then talking to you next week, the final week of our class. Thank you.